Hi, here I am, Janette in the woods, tales of. Um, so I've got my first COVID crisis. Right now, I am only temporary royalty due to the temporary crown. And because I just had it, I got it put in, what, a week ago? A week ago. It seemed like going to the dentist was something that was a perfectly good idea, right? It's amazing. In a week. It has now been 5 days since I've had human contact, and I think it's scary that I'm dealing with it just fine, or I'm not. It really depends on how many babies I cook and eat later. But I think I'm fine. Anyway, my dentist's office just called, and it has many branches, and the branch that I go to, which is close to me and within walking distance, canceled, and the other one is it's still within walking distance, but it's 79 blocks away, and which is 158 blocks. You can tell I used a calculator. I could never do that in my head. But anyway, about 150 is like 8 miles. That's not out of the ordinary for me. Maybe it's a little bit, but I walk a lot. But you got to walk through the streets, and you know, as a fad, social distancing is not really catching on in New York City, and I don't really want to walk through the hordes of people spewing virus. I was walking just to get up here. Some guy, now granted he was like a half a football field away, a sneeze, they heard it in Copenhagen. They actually think now they're having earthquakes there. No covering of mouth, spewing. People, yeah, so I told the dentist I really do need to think about it a little bit because, you know, I'm 66 and, you know, I've had that touch of TB. I got tuberculosis in a refugee camp, and so I really can't have a lung disease. I really can't, because I'm so off the whole death thing, just not into it at all. And the dentist phone answerer person, she was so sweet, and she goes, well, you know, some of our patients don't want to take public because I wouldn't get on the subway. Are you on crack? And she said some of our patients are taking Uber. Uber. I don't know where that driver's been. I don't know who and their sputum has been in that back seat before me. So no Uber, and I never do Uber anyway, because there's something about Uber driver and way too much cologne that goes together like peanut butter and jelly, and so that's a conundrum, and I'm gonna have to work that out. But in good news, I've lost 2.2 of the pounds that I put on, of the 4 pounds that I put on. But keep in mind, I was already 4 pounds up from India. So, but at least I don't feel bruised when I remove the belt. So I think that, you know what it is, I ran out of, I don't really buy junk food, but I did buy a box of crackers and Skinny Pop, which I honestly think they should call Fatty Pop, because 2 big bags of that, and I could barely walk. So, but progress is being made. And now I've got absolutely nothing good in my house. So that is not, well, yogurt. So I think, so that's looking up. And the other thing that's good is that everybody, if you read Facebook, which obviously, what else are we doing? Everybody's eating like snorkers, right? And everybody is worried about how much they're gaining. So first of all, when we come back out in the world, we're all gonna be fat. So that's encouraging. And not motivating, but still, I don't want to get real fat again, because it's bad for your health. And overweight is a risk factor for COVID-19. So I hope I've killed your appetite. I don't remember who it was, but somebody said, you know, the top activities for coronavirus isolation is eating, of course, and the next was cleaning. Yeah, no. I wish that would happen to me, because I'm a pig, yeah, and yeah, I mean, I do the dishes. Well, you know, enough so they don't smell that badly. I don't have a dishwasher. Well, me. And so I let things pile up, and then I unpile them, because you have to, honestly. There's no silverware left, and due to the eating. but I have. Here's another COVID, because I really can be piggy. And in fact, that could be a remedy right there. Really old broccoli water, dab behind your ears. There you got your social distancing. So if we keep brainstorming like this, I swear to God, I really think that we can solve this problem. But my old roommate and I, Deb, we were such slobs. I remember one time, and by one time it lasted a few months, because I was a comic on the road, and I came home one day and I go, "Oh, Deb, something's gone bad in the kitchen." Not in the bathroom, something, because that would be worse in many ways. But she goes, "Something's gone bad in the kitchen." He goes, "Yeah." And so we went, "Yeah." And then I went out of town again. I came back and I'm going, "Oh man, something's awful in this refrigerator." And we talked about, yeah, something's really gone bad. And then I went away again. Then I got to a point where I would open the refrigerator, grab something out and close it real fast to keep the fumes down. And then we got to the point where we stopped using the refrigerator instead of cleaning. So I'm not that domestic, really, when you think of it. I'm like a really smelly teenage boy, and I like Star Trek. So it just, not that I'm saying that all people that like Star Trek are smelly. They're not. Pete's doing a podcast. You guys know this? Pete's doing a podcast, and oh crap, what's the name of it? It's a podcast about Star Trek Picard. I cannot believe, and I can't look for it because it's on my phone. I'll put it up on Facebook later if you guys don't know. And he certainly does not smell, and nor is he a teenage boy. So that whole run was that was a mistake. But anyway, here's another COVID conundrum. My housekeeper. So they say when you're old and frail, and as I like to call myself, elderly, don't go out and don't let anyone come in. But the Board of Health will come if somebody doesn't clean my apartment. So, and she's so sweet. And somebody else, I saw this on Facebook too, somebody who cleans apartments is beside themselves because everybody's canceled them because everybody's home. So that's another layer of people in trouble. So I don't really want to cancel her, and I really like her. She's adorable. Her name is Edita, and she's from Poland, and she's so sweet and so shy. And so here's what I thought. I would just tell her, as long as she wants to come. She's got a husband and 2 possible infectious agents. Some people call them children, whatever. But as long as everybody is well, that I'll come out here to the woods, and I will just leave disposable gloves on the table and ask her to have those on the whole time. And when I come home, I will spray down the entire apartment with Lysol disinfectant. Don't get all excited. I did not hoard any. I could not find any, but my sister did score a can and mailed it to me so that I could spray my whole apartment down. I think that's necessary, because I really do think I have to have somebody to clean that swill pit. When I clean, all I do is I pick up the crap. When people clean for the maid. I don't clean for the maid. I pick up all my crap so she can find the dirt. But what is that? Oh, we could do a tour through housekeepers I have had. When Deb and I finally faced reality that we were disgusting and had to get somebody, we got this woman. Her name was Earlene, and man, could she clean! It was amazing. I've never seen, she made, it didn't matter. I was trying to think of a simile. She was great, but I couldn't understand a word she said, not one single solitary word, because she was a very, very urban accent. Deb could understand her. I swear to God I couldn't. And so then she asked Deb if she could just come herself instead of through an agency, which I really think is not ethical, but at the time we were young. So then Earlene started coming by herself. And then she called up and she said she was busy, but she'd like to have her sister Eve come. And then Sister Eve was coming. And then Earlene would come sometimes, and Sister Eve would come the other. And then Sister Eve and Earlene had an argument. And then Earlene gets quite possessive about the cleaning job. And in the discussion of her possessiveness about the job, she tells Deb that she stabbed her husband in the stomach to death, and that's why she had been in prison for a while. We went, you know what, you probably should stick with an agency when you think about it, really. I wouldn't mind if she'd stabbed her husband, honestly, because sometimes they deserve it, let's be honest. But the level of anger over Sister Eve, that kind of did us in. At least that's what I think happened, because I couldn't understand. I don't have a good ear. Deb could hear. She's a musician, so she had a much better ear than I do. You've heard my singing, so Oh, I'll warm up and do belly high for you in the woods one day, but I don't want to, scare the children, which are crawling everywhere. But yeah, I don't always understand. Like sometimes, people from where English is not their first language, they speak, and I know that they're speaking English, but I can't understand them. And it makes me feel bad for two reasons. One, because they're trying real hard, and two, because now I know how I sound when I'm speaking French. Oh, here comes one, and it's squawking too. That's nice. Aren't they cute? I wonder if it speaks French. Bonjour. Bonjour. I might even have to, it's coming right at me. It's coming right at me. Honestly, it's like a little tiny virus in an outfit. There it goes. I'm supposed to think that they're cute. I just don't. Unless I know them. Kate's kids are adorable. She's got perfect children. Absolutely perfect children. I absolutely love them. My friend Adam has a very cute child. I guess if I'd met the kid, look at the place. It's crawling suddenly. There's a troop over there. If that is social distancing, I'm a monkey's uncle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people clustered, and they want to come this way. And here they come. They're just running. Well, you know what? I would love to keep this up, but I'm going to catch a virus. So I've got to go. Listen to their breathing. They're just spewing out their little virus loads. I've got to go. I'm sorry. We'll pick this up later. Tomorrow. Another day. I thought I was alone in the woods.